Good morning, good afternoon, hi, hello, welcome back to the Life of Lex. So today's video is going to be how I obtain my basic overall makeup look that you see here, and also the curls for my short hair. So if you are interested, please keep on watching. It was super early in the morning, it's probably about 5:30. I got up to film this for you guys because it was the day of the Jason Aldean concert, so I was wearing a little bit more makeup than I normally do to work. So of course I'm filming. I started off with moisturizer, which I did not film, but then I go ahead and apply my ultralight sunscreen because SPF is super important. Next I move on to my primer, which is the Maybelline Pore Eraser, which I think it's probably my favorite primer actually. After that I did film my eyebrows off camera because it takes too long. So if you guys would like to see that one day, please let me know. I would happily film that for you guys. Next, I go ahead and apply my foundation, which I'm actually in between two shades, which is the Maybelline Fit Me 128 and Maybelline Fit Me 312. I mix them both together because they work really well for my skin tone. If I just did one or the other, it's too dark or too light, so I found a good medium between these two. So I go ahead and apply that to my face with a brush, and then I just blend it out with my beauty blender. Next, I go ahead and apply my banana powder, which I did purchase off Amazon. I'm not even exactly sure what the name of it is called. The top of it kind of like erased because I've had it for a while. So I do not know that. However, I do end up mixing it with baby powder because it is a little bit too golden if I just leave it sitting there on my face the way that it came. So I ended up adding baby powder to kind of make it a little bit more light, so it's not too yellow on those highlighted points that I do apply it to my face. Not only do I apply it to the highlighted points of my face to give myself a more sharpened look, I also do apply it to the places where I feel like I crease a lot, just that way it kind of buffs out those areas, which would be on my eyes, around my, and around my mouth, so like my chin and then my laugh lines, of course. After that, I'm going to be using my Profusion's contour and highlight palette. I use a darker shade as eyeshadow. I don't like eyeshadow that much. Well, one, because I feel like I don't have enough eyelid space to play with it. So I just kind of keep it super simple and it works for me. So that's how I do it. So I use that darker shade and just kind of buff it out on the top of my lid. Next, I will be going in and taking a smaller brush and applying that same shade to my bottom waterline and just buffing it out as well. After that, I take the exact same shade and I go ahead and apply it to my cheeks, and I kind of drag it up to my forehead, to like the temples of my forehead, and then I just blend it out through the top there, so that way it just kind of all brings it in together. From there, I apply the same exact shade and I drag it out down to the bottom of my jawline, just for, once again, another sharpened look. And then after that, I take my big blender brush and just buff everything out throughout my face, so it all blends everything together nice and evenly. The banana powder was sitting on there long enough at this point, and now it's time to let it all go. Next, I take my blush brush and I apply my Urban Decay eyeshadow as blush. Yes, sue me. I use that as blush. I think it's just a really pretty color. But I apply that to the apples of my cheeks, and then whatever excess I have on my brush, I apply it to the T-zone of my face, so that way I just kind of brings more color to my face, and my cheeks aren't naturally just red by themselves. So after that, I take my blender brush and I just blend it all out to make it more even. After that, I do apply my highlight. It is from that Profusion's palette. I apply that to the tops of my cheeks, and then I will also go ahead and add it to the tip of my nose, the bridge of my nose, a little bit of my forehead, and then my Cupid's bow on the top of my lip. Also, I bring it down to the chin just a little bit. Those highlighted points are necessary. So still on the topic of highlight, I take this smaller brush and I apply that same exact highlight shade that I applied to the cheeks underneath the eyebrow bone, and I just kind of buff it out. After that, I will be curling my eyelashes to apply my falsies. I do it off camera as well because y'all don't need to be that close to my face just yet. After that, I am now finished with my makeup look. I kind of just wipe off the excess makeup off of my lips, and it is now time to curl my short hair. So what I first start off with is I make sure my flat iron is hot. So in the middle of my makeup routine, I will plug in my straightener, so that way it's ready. So that way by the time I am done with my makeup, I am into the process of curling it. So what I do is I part that bottom half. I brush it out a little bit and I take a few pieces. Those first couple pieces I make sure to pull away from my face. So I put the piece of hair in between the straightener, twist my hand back a little bit and just kind of pull. There's not much of a pull, especially because my hair is short. However, I do make sure to do this process throughout my whole entire head. That second piece I will pull toward my face, so it's out curl, in curl, out curl, just to give me more of a messy curled look versus having all curls go the exact same way, because then at that point throughout the day it'll just become one big curl, especially with the way my hair is layered a little bit. And I don't want that to happen. I want more of a messy curl, so that's what I do. Make sure to keep that process throughout throughout my whole entire head. So yeah, it's pretty simple, and that's literally all I do. I prefer a straightener versus a curling iron because it gives me that like straight edge, the straight tips versus like an indented tip, and I kind of like that. It's more of like a beachy, messy curl wave thing happening, if that makes sense at all. But this is what I do, and this method has worked for me for many years, so I just kind of stick with it. And I think it looks really cute with short hair, in my opinion, but I am biased, clearly. So yeah, this is literally all I do. Every now and then I'll kind of put hairspray in it to make sure that my curls will stay a little bit longer throughout the day, especially like I said earlier on this video that this was for the concert. So I was going to be at work with kids all day, so just got to make sure that the crazy curls will kind of stick. So I would like to mention, as I get higher up throughout my pieces in my hair, I will also hold a little bit longer instead of just quickly pulling away like I do a little bit at the bottom there. It's just because those top pieces are a little bit longer than clearly the bottom pieces of my hair. So it is necessary for me to kind of just hold it to make sure that heat is really like embedding in my hair, you know what I mean? Just gotta burn it. Just burn the hair. It's okay. It's just hair to grow back. that is the end of that. I spray a little bit of hairspray, let those curls sit, and I just kind of start running my fingers through it. I love when those curls start separating. I think it's so cute. It looks like a big mess, and it's my favorite thing ever. But that's it, and then I'll just add a little bit of hairspray, slick a little piece back so it tucks in behind my ear, and that is how I get this look. So once again, I am no beauty guru, but I truly hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you would like to see more, please let me know, comment, and subscribe below. Thank you guys so much.